Let's start with Ishan Kishan. You know, he has only gotten some chance here to play because KL Rahul, the first choice keeper for India in ODIs, isn't fit at the moment. He still has a niggle. You think he's made good use of this opportunity and going forward could be now India's #1 wicket-keeper batter in ODI cricket?
Yes, I think what he showed was that an opening batter can bat anywhere down the order. It's not easy the other way around where a middle order batter can come in and open the batting. It's not easy, but an opening batter can be accommodated anyway down the order. And he brings a left-handed, dimension to the Indian batting lineup. If you look at the top four, they're all right-handers, and then the left-hander comes in, so it makes it a little bit difficult for the bowlers. Plus, he's got this great ability to accelerate. He looks very small, but he packs a punch. He hit a couple of big sixes, and the way he batted really was impressive because generally he likes to get after the bowling, but he was watchful when it was needed, recognized, realized what the situation was. There was, of course, Hardik Pandya at the other end, who's captained the Gujarat Titans, so he knows exactly what situation, how to adjust his game, and he was guiding him. So that was a very, very good partnership. Without that partnership, India would have barely reached 175 or 200.
Well, that's true. Now they've reached 266. I don't want to be critical of Ishan Kishan, but his dismissal, because from there on, things started to change a lot for the Indian team. I'm sure he was looking for 100, but that shot, it was clearly visible watching that particular shot from the stadium that was a shot of a tired batsman. Could he have done things differently? What do you do when you're starting to cramp up? It did seem like that he was cramping up. Was that the right approach, that because you're cramping up, you can't run too many singles, so let's go for a all-out aggressive approach, maybe get a few boundaries? Or you think, no, sometime you bide your time, the cramp kind of recovers, and then you could have played a big inning? And then, because at one point you were looking at 300 as well for India.
Yes, I mean, you can, if you want to nitpick, you can do that. But, you've got to give credit to the young man for coming in a crisis situation and scoring 82 runs and having that partnership. I think if he was discomfited by some injury, it is only natural for him to think that because he cannot run fast between the wickets, he should be looking for the boundary. So that's totally understandable at all. So I wouldn't point a finger at him at all. I would just pat him on the back and say, well done to the young man.
Okay, what about Hardik Pandya's inning, Saibai? For majority of the match, we thought that Ishan Kishan will end up as the highest run getter. He was dominating that inning. Actually came out at a time where India were in a soup. But from there on, Hardik Pandya very quietly got to his 50 and then accelerated. Now ends up as the highest scorer in this particular match. What did you make of his innings? Two shots really stand out. One against Shaheen Afridi, one against Haris Rao. That jab that he has where he uses his wrist, just flat bats that ball to the boundary. Absolutely incredible.
Yes, I think again, no praise can be too high for the way Hardik Pandya shepherded Ishan Kishan through that partnership. And of course, scoring runs himself, hitting the boundaries, picking the ones and twos. And he showed that, in a crisis situation, to rise to the occasion. That was a terrific innings from Hardik Pandya. Got deceived by a very, very good slower delivery from Shaheen Afridi, and therefore the hand came off the bat handle, and he scooped a catch to extra cover. But what an innings and what a partnership! Again, fantastic.
Not taking anything away from these two batters, as Sunil Gavaskar just spoke about Hardik Pandya's inning, Ishan Kishan's inning. Well, Sunil, Pakistan's fielding didn't really help matters. Most occasions, people have said, you've got their top four batters out pretty early in the innings. You wouldn't allow any other team, big teams wouldn't allow any other team to get to 266. Pakistan allowed that. Was there shoddy fielding also a reason behind that?
I think apart from the fielding, the bowling changes didn't make any sense because if your three bowlers, the fast bowlers, have taken the early wickets, you want to keep at least one on going from one end. I know that you can't really bowl long overs, long spells, but one person could have been bowling from one end and Shadab or Mohammad Nawaz from the other end. I think that is where Pakistan missed a trick. And India will be saying a big thank you because that's what allowed the partnership to flourish. Because otherwise, if one of the bowlers had taken just that one wicket between Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya, then maybe India would have struggled to reach even 175 or 200.
Okay, Saima, now let's address the elephant in the room. The wickets of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, the two big guns that India has. I remember speaking to you right before the game started, and I spoke about that, bad 1.5 hour that sometimes the Indian batting has, where you end up losing 2 or 3 of your big guns. And from there on, it's all downhill. This time you had rearguard action by Hardik Pandya and Ishan Kishan. But let's get to those two dismissals once again, because Saiva, it's happening quite often now. The ball coming in, whether it's Shaheen Shah Afridi, whether it's Haris Rao, and the Indian top guns are found wanting. What do you think is going wrong there? Saibhai, can you hear me?
Yes, I just think, I think that both the batters could have used their feet a lot better. There was a big gap between Rohit Sharma's bat and pad. And then, of course, Shreyas Iyer was unlucky. That was a cracking good shot, but it went straight to the fielder. If the fielder had been anywhere, 5 meters onto the right or left, it would have been a boundary, but that's how it is. And Shubman Gill, for some strange reason, looked very, very subdued. Didn't look as if he was playing his natural game. He seemed to be under some sort of uncertainty around him. And, that's why he didn't open his account for a long time. And then again, after that, he hardly looked the Shubman Gill that we know.
Saima, is this now, because again we spoke about it, is this now the big difference between the two teams? We've not had this Indian team or these top Indian guys play ODI cricket. In fact, they went to the West Indies but did not play those one-day games, played a few but batted very low down the order. So they've not been in the group. Pakistan, on the other hand, we've seen that have been playing regular one-day cricket. You think maybe a bit more game time just before a crucial game like this would have helped, because you're coming in a bit cold, and I'm specifically talking about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli here.
Well, I mean, this is only the first game, so you don't expect everybody to start firing from the first game. And yes, I think this was a crucial game, big game, all right, no question about it. But I think they were out to put deliveries as well. While we can maybe say that they could have maybe gone a little more forward to the ball. The fact of the matter is that Shaheen Shah Afridi is a top-class bowler, and he's capable of getting the wickets. But I do believe that the fact that they've been rested will actually turn out to be good for Indian cricket going forward, rather than have them a little bit tired when they come into two big events like the Asia Cup and the World Cup.
Okay, Saima, that's an interesting point to talk about, the bowling, and I wanted to touch upon that aspect. Sometimes we just look at the scores and then we are critical of a certain player. I know not good scores by Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, the top three. But then I'm going to look at those deliveries, especially, Shaheen Shah Afridi, the way he was bowling. Can you just tell us, the skill of that bowler, how tough it is to have that kind of a skill, and then how tough it is to face a bowler like that? Bowling 140 clicks, he keeps bowling the ball, which pitches there, goes outside, and then pitches one ball and brings it in. How tough it is to deal with something like that at that speed?
It is very tough. When you're playing a class attack like Pakistanis have, and you could see that Naseem Shah, though he didn't take the early wickets, was getting the ball to move quite appreciably, and which meant that that there were from both ends the pressure was on. And sometimes when the pressure is on from both ends, one bowler benefits. He gets the wickets, while the other bowler might, end up bowling, more dot balls, but not have wickets to show for his efforts. So I think it was a good partnership. And then Haris Rao also is somebody who can come in and put the pressure. So it is very tough on the batters. But again, I think it is too early to pass judgment on anybody. I do believe at this stage that we should look at the positive, that India got 266. That's a very, very good score, in my view. And unless Pakistan get off to a flying start, I think, they'll also have Pakistan will have a fight on its hands.